Hello, everybody, and welcome to the long-awaited return of BBTV. Oh, my camera's like not focused at all. The long-awaited return of BBTV Productions updates on the NIPPHL Fantasy Hockey League. We're missing out on Brian today, but luckily we do have Tommy and Mike here in the studio. Sorry for the delay. It's been a busy past couple of months, but we have some very exciting content for you today. How are you doing today, Tommy?
Not too bad. How about yourself, Beagle?
Pretty good, pretty good. And Mike, how are you doing?
Not too bad, Matt. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So, without further ado, let's just jump straight into things here. And I'm going to pass it over to Tommy with the standings.
Sure. Thank you, Beagle. So, what we have here in our standing is what we're going to do is take a look at each of the individual divisions and see where everybody stands. So, currently in the standings, we have What's Up Doc in first, as is to be expected, Ice Road Puckers in second, and the Empty Netters in third. Got a very close race there between Ice Road Puckers and What's Up Doc. Just one game back for Ice Road Puckers from the lead in that division. So it should be an interesting 4 weeks here for the remainder of the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Moving on, the next one we have is Never Go Full Bedard. This is, of course, led by Good Cop, Bad Cop, currently sitting at 15 wins and 3 losses. That is good enough for a tie for first in the league. However, What's Up Doc does have the tiebreaker currently. Behind him at 4.5 games back is a bunch of Ahos, 10 wins, 7 losses, and a tie. Seems to be a lot of ties this year, so that will be a trend that you'll see going forward here. And then I Cannot Do It. Unfortunately, the first team to be eliminated from playoff contention here is a full 10 games behind. Now, we do have a lock at Good Cop, Bad Cop, taking the divisional lead here, and we'll continue with that for the remainder of the season.
Well, it's great to hear that we're getting some good locks from the good cock.
Good Cop.
Yeah.
And next we have the Goalies R Us division. Here we have the DG Mad Bombers are currently holding on to a lead, although they have faltered in recent weeks here. They do still have 11 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie. That's good enough to be 3 games ahead of the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys, sitting at a 8-9-1 record, followed by the Scottsdale Stars, hanging on by a thread there at a 7-11 record, 4.5 games behind the DG Mad Bombers. So again, an interesting division here to see. We'll see where everything shakes out. Could go any way here, but we'll get more into that in a little bit here. Next up, we have the Puckheads. And the Puckheads, kind of the disgrace of the league currently. Currently, the format of the league is in a way that every single division will have one team that will take a spot in the playoffs. So that means that the Puckheads will have a representative in the playoffs. Currently, that is Alicia, the Burns and Down the House team, sitting at a record of 4-12-2. Now, that is good enough to be the 10th, I believe, best team in the league. If I have that right, I'd have to double check the facts here. But also sitting in a playoff spot. Great. After that, we have Butter, who is just one game back. Now, Burns and Down the House does have the tiebreaker currently over Butter, so we'll see how that plays out. It could end up that even if they're tied, Burns and Down the House does take the win there, but we'll see how that plays out down the line here. And just a half game behind Butter is retired Doc Emmerichs, sitting at a record of 3-14-1. So we could see a team that in Week 19 has a record of 3-14-1 make the playoffs. We'll see how it plays out. Back to you, Beagle.
I think just like almost every single other team owner in the league, I'm saying right now that boy, do I wish that I started the season in the Puckhead division.
Absolutely.
So next up, we're going to transition over to our weekly predictions. So we're going to start out here with our matchup 1, which is going to be the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys, myself, versus a bunch of Ahos. Tommy, Mike, can you give us a who do you got for this one?
Go ahead, Tommy. You can go first.
No, give us a who do you got?
Oh, me?
No. Can you say who do you got?
Oh, Tommy, who do you got?
Sure. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. So in this matchup, we have the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys playing the bunch of Ahos. Very, very close in the standings here. Both teams fighting for a wild card spot. The first wild card spot is currently locked up by the Ice Road Puckers, and they don't really have a chance of catching them. What is of note here is that this is a belt matchup. Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys comes in with a 2-game winning streak on that belt. And with that, the bunch of Ahos tends to do terrible in belt matchups. So I'm going to give the edge to Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys.
Thank you, Tommy. Mike, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to have to give the edge here to the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys. I feel like they're just going to outperform Dad. Matt, who do you got?
This week, just based off of recent trend, I think Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys has really been on fire lately. I think they're sitting on a 2 or 3 game winning streak, if I'm not wrong.
The camera's just cut off.
My bad. That was my fault. Technical difficulties. Just based off of that, I think that the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys are really starting to pick things up, while a bunch of Ahos are still a very solid team, obviously sitting in that playoff position. But I think that one of these teams is on the upward trend, while the other team is sitting in the same spot, maybe on the downward trend. So I'm going to take the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys in this as well. So next up, we're going to have Team I Cannot Do It, Team Eric Roberts versus Good Cock, Bad Cock. Tommy, who do you got?
Yeah, so we have an interesting matchup here. This is a divisional matchup, so there is a little bit more credence on that. With that being said, we do have the only team to lock the division down, as well as the only team to be eliminated from the playoffs currently playing each other. I got to give the advantage to the team on top, and that's going to be Good Cop, Bad Cop. Mike, who do you got?
Yeah, since I not do it, it definitely cannot do it. I got to give it to Good Cop, Bad Cop.
That's interesting because in the pre-game show,
the pre-game show, you did say.
Yeah, it's interesting where the standings sit.
If you look right here,
it does say
if you look right here in our spreadsheet, we do have a team I cannot do it.
All.
Team I cannot do it for Mike here.
See, I have not been paying attention to the league at all since I'm not in the league this year. So, seeing the standings probably should change my pick. So,
Sorry about
that. All
right,
Matt, who you got?
For me, yeah, I fixed it. For me, obviously, this one's a no-brainer. I cannot do it. Will not do it. They have been. Hello? They have been.
What just happened?
Abysmal all year, and especially after giving me the shaft with that Sergachev move. I'm definitely going to give this prediction over to Good Cop, Bad Cop. So next up, we're going to be looking over Team Butter team owner Brian, one of our fellow broadcasters who's not currently here today, versus Team What's Up Doc by Team Tommy over here. Mike or Tommy, who do you got?
Sure, thank you, Beagle. So in this matchup, as you can see, just looking at the records on the screen here, we have a 15-3 team playing a 4-14 team. So What's Up Doc being one of the only, I believe, 2 or 3 teams that have more wins than Butter has losses. I think that's a pretty easy win to go ahead and pick myself for winning this game.
Mike, who do you got?
Yeah, so this is a no-brainer. It's you're the defending champ, correct, Tommy?
2-time defending champ, yes.
2-time defending champ. Yeah, it's gonna be Tommy.
Well, as in back-to-back. If you want to go all-time, it'll be 5-time defending champ.
I meant back-to-back, but yes, okay. So yeah, 2-time back-to-back champ. It's a no-brainer. Tommy's gonna win this one. Matt, who do you got?
That's right. Tommy does like to take it on the back. Now, of course, this is not the playoffs, which we all know. Not quite as much in hockey, but Tommy is the almost the king of blowing it in the final round. So we're not in that championship round yet. So I'm definitely going to give this one to Tommy.
Interesting.
I mean, he's won back-to-back, so I don't know how he's blown it, but, whatever.
Oh, he gets his back blown. So next up, we're going to go look over the next one, Retired Doc Emmerichs versus the Scottsdale Stars. Tommy, who do you got?
You know what? I think I'm going to throw this one over to Mike to answer first, just based on the spreadsheet here. There was some flip-flopping in some previous stances, so sure. I would just like to hear his opinion first.
Sure. Mike, who do you got?
Yeah, so in previous years, both these teams are awful. But I think Kevin's going to take this one, even though he doesn't usually start his players. But Uncle Tim doesn't do the same, so I got to go with Kevin. Tommy, who you got?
Very interesting. Interesting take, seeing how Scottsdale Stars are fighting for that last wild card spot. There go the cameras again.
Sorry about that.
But Retired Doc Emmerichs, not currently playing this year, has won a championship before, so that is something to note. But I will say, in this one, I got to go with the Scottsdale Stars. Tim has been fairly active recently, so I'm going to go ahead and back the team that's moving their players.
Yeah,
Matt.
Sorry, I was waiting on Mike.
Matt, who do you got?
So in this one, I wouldn't fully agree with Mike on that one of Kevin having a history of being terrible. I would say over the last couple seasons...
I did not say terrible. I said not starting his players.
Interesting. We'd have to clip it and find out, and I don't care.
Somebody clip that. But anyways, point being, the Scottsdale Stars, as Tommy said, have been quite active, and although I don't fully love giving a win to one of my division rivals who's also in that playoff hunt, I'm gonna have to give this one to the Scottsdale Stars. Let me see, I might have screwed this up. Next up, we have Burnsin Down the House versus DG Mad Bombers. Tommy, who do you got?
Sure, thank you, Beagle. In this matchup, we have the DG Mad Bombers and Burnsin Down the House, 2 division leaders facing each other in what should be a clash of the Titans. Burnsin Down the House coming off of their 100th career win, looking to build some momentum here, while DG Mad Bombers continues to falter a bit over on their side, so looking to secure the division that they have very close to locked up there. So in this one, I do think it's going to be tighter than you'd expect, but I'm going to give it to DG Mad Bombers.
Mike, Who do you got?
Well, I'm agreeing with everything Tommy just said, but I think I'm gonna have to flip flop it. I think it's gonna be a very close match, but I'm gonna have to give it to Alicia. Matt, who you got?
Yeah, like Tommy said, this truly is a clash of titans, two division leaders. Dave sitting at 11-6-1 versus Alicia sitting at 4-12-2. Alicia is building some momentum with that one win, and Dave has been faltering, as Tommy said. And again, I really don't like giving wins to those division rivals into such a tight playoff race, but for me, this one's another no-brainer. I'm going to have to give this one to DG Mad Bombers. All right, lastly here, we got the Empty Netters facing off against division rival Ice Road Puckers. Tommy, who do you got?
Thank you, Beagle. So yes, we do have another clash of the Titans here. The Empty Netters and Ice Road Puckers, a household fight, fist fight here, if you will. Now, in my personal opinion, it will help me significantly if the Empty Netters can just pull off this win, give me a little bit more breathing room. But I do think that the Ice Road Puckers have been, in my opinion, one of the most underrated teams this year. While never holding a division lead, have been the third best record the entire season. So I'm going to go ahead and give that to the underdog. No, excuse me, not the underdog, but the underappreciated Ice Road Puckers.
Mike, who do you got?
Well, I feel like you're going to get some wiggle room here, Matt, Tommy. I think the Empty Netters are going to take this one. It's probably be a close one either way, but I think the Empty Netters are going to take it. Matt, who you got?
Yeah, for me, this one is a very interesting matchup. Obviously, I believe it would help me more significantly for the Empty Netters to take that loss, just to keep another team out of that playoff race there. But just going based off of trends, with the Ice Road Puckers just being on fire all season, while Sue's sitting at exactly 500, I'm gonna go with the Ice Road Puckers here. So next up, we're gonna pass it on over to Tommy with playoff scenarios. Take it away, Tommy.
Sure. Thank you very much, Beagle. And yes, we do have quite a few playoff scenarios, and they could be very interesting here. So just to take a look at the first division here, we have Just Take 30 with What's Up Doc, Ice Road Puckers, and Empty Netters. So What's Up Doc and Ice Road Puckers have already clinched a spot in the playoffs. However, neither one has been able to clinch that division, just given how close it is there. As you can see on our chart here, we are sitting at 100% chance for What's Up Doc, 100% chance for Ice Road Puckers, and a 16.91% chance of making the playoffs for the Empty Netters. So not quite eliminated yet, but they're getting close. As far as the division goes, Empty Netters cannot win the division. They are just too far back at this point. However, if the Ice Road Puckers win out, they will lock the division win, since Ice Road Puckers and What's Up Doc do play each other this week, or in the coming weeks here. However, if the What's Up Doc wins out, they can also lock up the division, or just win two and then win the Week 21 head-to-head matchup between the two What's Up Doc and Ice Road Puckers. So What's Up Doc with a slight advantage there. Now, as far as the wild card goes, whoever is it in as the division leader between What's Up Doc and the Ice Road Puckers, the other one will take that top wild card spot. However, the Empty Netters are also in the race for a wild card spot. However, it's that second wild card spot. So they will need to win out, and they will need one additional loss from the bunch of Ahos. in order to clinch a playoff spot. So that's their current scenario. Moving on to the next division, we have yes, never go full Bedard. So here we have good cop, bad cop. That's the easiest one to talk about here. Has already locked a division lead and doesn't need anything to get into the wild card because they do have that division locked up.
Currently, he would be the 2 seed in the playoffs. The playoffs happen today.
Yes. Yeah, and that would be behind What's Up Doc currently, as was mentioned earlier.
Sorry.
However, I Cannot Do It is sitting at a 0% chance, as we had already mentioned, has been eliminated. A bunch of Ajos is currently holding on to that last playoff spot, the last wild card spot, which is indeed the last playoff spot with 10-7-1 record, and will just need 13 wins to lock a playoff spot. So in order to get that, we'll see what happens here. Just needs 3 wins to make that happen. So we'll see. And the next division, goalies are us. So at the top here, we have the DG Mad Bombers sitting at a 97.27% chance of making the playoffs. Very, very good odds for them. Drops down quite a bit for the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanley, sitting at a 4.38% chance, and the Scottsdale Stars sitting at only a 0.37% chance of making the playoffs. So we'll see how it shakes out for them. In order to make the division is not in fact locked up yet. So in order to lock up the division, DG Mad Bombers will just need 1 win in order to force a coin flip. That would mean that the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys win out the rest of the time here, with the DG Mad Bombers losing every game except for one. That'll go to a coin flip as to who wins the division there. Now, if the DG Mad Bombers just win 2 games, they will lock, or if they win 1 and the Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys lose a single game, that is also a lock. So, with that being said, Aurora Trash Pack of Stanleys will need to win out, and they will only need 1 win from the DG Mad Bombers to force a coin flip, or win out and have the DG Mad Bombers lose out the rest of the season in order to secure that division lead.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance.
Rudy!
Scottsdale Stars cannot take the division. They have been eliminated from making it to the division champ, but they still are in the race for the wild card with that 0.37% chance of making it.
Wow.
What a ride. All right. So, in order to make it into the wild card, DG Mad Bombers will need just 13 wins. So, 2 more wins, you've locked up not only the division, but the wild card as well. In order to make it for the Aurora Trash Pack, win out, plus a max of 2 wins for the bunch of Ajos, plus max of 3 wins for the Empty Netters for a coin flip. That would leave it once again to that 50-50 chance. In this case, it would be with the bunch of Ajos in order to see who would make it into the playoffs.
Rudy!
Now, to make it outright, win out, plus a max of just 1 win for the bunch of Ajos, and a max of 3 wins for the Empty Netters. So we'll see how that shakes out. That should be a very interesting set of scenarios. If it does in fact hit, that would be absolutely fantastic. But we'll see what happens. For the Scottsdale Stars, a little bit harder here, but a little less that needs to happen as well. So he needs to win out. That's a given. But the bunch of Ajos need to lose out. So cannot win a single game for the rest of the year. Plus, the Empty Netters will need a max of just 2 wins, and the Aurora Trash Pack will need a max of also just 2 wins. for the Scottsdale Stars. So all you're banking on is, 4 different things that are highly unlikely to happen, that need to happen. So we'll see what happens. And here we are at the Puckheads, my favorite division. So, as far as the wild card up front, none of these teams are able to make it into a wild card spot. They can only take 4th place. That's right, not 5th and 6th, which also make the playoffs, but just 4th place. So, what needs to happen? Well, as you can see, let's take a look at the percentages here. Burns and Down the House currently sitting at an 87.5% chance of making the playoffs, while Butter all the way down to a 28.92% chance, and Retired Doc Emmerich's sitting at a slightly lower 17.24% chance. So what needs to happen in order to win? Well, it's really dependent on these 3 teams, who does what. So Burns and Down the House will need to win 3 in order to lock the division, or have all 3 of these teams lose out the rest of the year. She would still lock the division, which is a possibility. For Butter to make the playoffs, he'll need to win out, with Burns and Down the House only winning 2 games the rest of the year. And for Retired Doc Emmerich's, he'll need to win out with that same set of scenarios. Burns and Down the House only gets 2 more wins for the rest of the year, and Butter only wins 3 games. So it's an interesting set of scenarios. We'll see what happens. My money at this point is on Burns and Down the House, but we'll see. Back to you, Beagle.
Perfect, thank you. So next up, we're gonna go on to our playoff predictions. So here we're gonna do just a short little thing. So Tommy, what kind of movement do you think we're gonna see here over in this playoff couple brackets here, especially the winners bracket?
Yeah, so I think in the winners bracket, we're going to see maybe a little bit of jostling of positions here. I can easily see Good Cop, Bad Cop taking over that number 1 seed over myself. However, I can still see myself keeping that number 1 seed, myself being What's Up Doc, of course. Now, that being said, we do play each other the last week, so it'll be interesting to see who keeps that. I also play Ice Road Puckers close to that, so we could see some movement with Ice Road Puckers moving into that 1 or 2 spot as well. So it'll be interesting to see. But if I'm going to guess, I'm going to say the current order is very close to what we're going to see. The only thing I think will be different is I think Bunch of Ahos has a solid chance of dropping out of the playoffs completely. But I would bet right now that he stays in. And that's reflected by that 81.31% chance of making the playoffs here.
Perfect. Thank you, Tommy. For me, I'm gonna go out and say I think, just based off of looking out at a little bit of strength of schedule, visually to me it looks like Tommy has a slightly easier schedule than Ice Road Puckers. I didn't get a good look at Good Cop, Bad Cop, but I'd say the jostling will probably happen between either Good Cop, Bad Cop, and What's Up Doc. I think Ice Road Puckers is going to stay down in that 5th place spot. And really, like Tommy said, I think the only movement we'll really see out of anywhere is that position, the 1-2 position, a possible 5-1 position or 5-2 position. And then a possible drop out of 6 with either the Empty Netters or Aurora Trash Pack jumping up into that. I'd love to see Aurora Trash Pack. I think not quite as much, but also would be amazing to see the Scottsdale Stars jump up to that position, just purely out of how unlikely of a scenario that would be. But that'd be crazy to see that scenario play out. But realistically, as Tommy was saying, I think we're going to be seeing what we're seeing right here.
Sure. And just to interject, Beagle, What I would like to mention is Good Cop, Bad Cop has some Titans coming up on the schedule after I cannot do it here. He plays Ice Road Puckers next week, DG Mad Bombers, the current division leader of his division, as well as What's Up Doc would be these next three opponents. So could be a very tough schedule for him as well.
Thank you, Tommy. So, just based off of that, I'd say either Ice Road Puckers or What's Up Doc is going to sit in that one position. The other one's going to sit in 5. And then outside of the 6th position, we're looking at what the playoffs are going to be. Mike, you got any input here?
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe the only thing. Yeah, I agree with what you guys said. The only other thing I might see is maybe 11 or 12 moving up to that 4 position if Alicia loses out. But that's about it.
Yeah, and that also is a very possible scenario. Obviously, Alicia sitting at that, I believe it was 87%, or was it 83 for Alicia?
For Alicia, that was an 87.5%.
87.5. Okay, so yeah, so with Alicia sitting at an 87.5, again, it's not likely, but it's not impossible either that either Butter or retired Doc Emmerich, and that would be a very, again, insane situation to see retired Doc Emmerich currently sitting at 3-14-1 with 5 weeks left remaining in the season, somehow making the playoffs sitting at a 3-14-1 record.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. The only thing that might happen. I'm not seeing that retired Doc Emmerich making the playoffs, but maybe Butter moving up.
Maybe Butter.
Maybe, yeah.
If he sets his lineup.
If he sets his lineup. The other factor to think about here is that Butter, in fact, does not have the tiebreaker versus Burns and Down the House, so we'll have to have at least a half-game advantage in order to take that playoff spot from her.
Yep. Well, unless we got anything else, I think that's really all we have for tonight. If we want, we can do a call-in. Maybe
we should talk to a bunch of Ahos since he's got that last wild card spot sitting at it.
Let's see if Bunch of Ahos is busy. Let me give him a call. Did not come prepared on this. Sorry about that. Let's give a bunch of Ahos a call here. Maybe.
You can also try Ice Road Puckers.
Hold on. This is not going well.
Let me see where it's at. Oh.
One moment. The Ice Road Puckers are calling me.
Give me a second. I did not set up the...
I believe so. I'm going to have you actually give Matt a call here.
Yep, give me one...
And he will get you on the air.
Give me 1 second here.
Yep.
Bunch of Ahos is at home, so...
Okay. Let's see. See if Pete can give me a call here.
Yep, should be calling.
Not coming through. Alright, give me a second here. We're having some technical difficulties. Sorry, Pete. See, you're calling, but I gotta relink some things. Should have set this up earlier.
Tisk.
Jeez!
Okay, go ahead and try that again, Pete. Sorry about that. Oh, that's not working either. Okay, hold on. Let's try that. Okay, hold on. I'll call you, Pete. If I can get it to work. It's been a while, so everything got unlinked here.
In the meantime, Mike, do you have any jokes?
No.
No
All right,
jokes.
I think we got it working here.
I mean, I
Oh,
can
okay.
find a joke. You want me to?
Hello?
Hello, how's it going, Pete?
All right, is this Mr. Beagle?
This is you're on the air on BBTV production. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm liking what you guys were saying about the Ice Road Puckers.
Yeah, you've been having a fantastic season so far. Sitting at
Yep.
14-4, I believe we said.
Yes.
So-
Yep, you are correct.
So it's great to see you're having such a great season so far. Can you tell us a little bit of insight on why you think you're having so much success this season?
Well, I'd like to say that I drafted well, but I think it's all my guys are just playing good. The guys that I have drafted, they seem to be putting out.
Yeah, definitely. Tommy, Mike, you guys got any questions for Pete?
What was that? I'm sorry, I cannot hear what he's saying.
Yeah, he said that he wants to say that their drafting,
Yeah, I
his
can't hear
drafting was
anything
well
either.
and the free agency was
I'm
well.
also getting it cut out here.
Oh,
Do they agree?
can you guys hear me?
He said
Oh,
he
can't
drafted well and he picked up good free
Technical
agents.
difficulties, to say the least.
That happens.
Yes, yeah, that's
Did you get any
usually
other
usually
calls?
a great recipe for success there.
Technical difficulties, to say the least.
Okay. Yeah, I've been watching you guys on the YouTube channel.
Well, I appreciate
And,
the support.
yeah.
Tommy, Mike, do you
Absolutely.
guys have any questions for Pete?
So, Pete, do you think you'll be moving up to that 1 or 2 spot, or you think you're gonna stay at that 5 spot?
Pete, do you think that we'll see any movement from you up to that 1 position, or do you think you'll be sitting still down at that number 5 position there in that wild card spot?
I think about that myself, and you guys brought that to my attention that me, good cop, bad cop, and Tommy has a tough hill to climb these next 3 weeks. So I don't know if I can get past empty netters, I'll definitely have a better shot than if I lose to that team. But I'm gonna give it all I got. Sure, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, definitely. Well, making the playoffs is definitely no easy feat as it is, so congratulations on that in itself. And of course, once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. So best of luck to you, Pete. Tommy, you got any questions?
Sure. So I would just like to know what his thoughts are on how to make a good Pinewood Derby car.
Pete, what are your thoughts on how to make a good Pinewood Derby car?
Oh boy, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm not good.
Well, if you ask me, it's enter a 17-year-old car and do absolutely nothing to clean it up. So,
Yeah, you did just as well as I did, and I just wasted my time.
No, lifting energy may be showing up next year with a car.
that's right.
Oh, all right, guys.
All right, Pete. Well, any closing remarks from you here?
Well, just like to wish you and Tommy good luck as well. And we'll see you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Good luck to you as well. See you in the playoffs, maybe.
All right. Matt, Tom, Michael, see you guys later.
See you,
Nice
Pete.
talking to you.
Nice
All right.
talking to you.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
See you,
Bye-bye.
Pete.
All right, so of course that was team owner Pete of Ice Road Puckers. Next up, we're gonna see if we can get a hold of Marty, team owner of
Is he cutting out for
a
you too,
bunch of
Tommy?
Ahos. Sorry, I'm trying to move closer to the mic. I think that's the issue.
Okay. Yeah, you were just cutting out a lot there.
Yep, it's not on the stream. It's just in Discord that you're
Yeah,
cutting out.
just Discord. That's the only. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, you're completely gone. I can hear you talking in the Twitch, but not on Discord at all.
So now we're giving a call over to PC. Well, Team Marty. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Marty. This is Matt over at BBTV Productions. How you doing tonight?
Okay.
Yeah, we're just calling in with a couple of team owners to see some feedback from you guys. So, right now you are sitting at a solid, if I can look again, a solid 10-7-1 in the number 6 slot in the playoffs. Why do you think your team is having so much success?
It was a decent draft, and it's panned out well. So I think it's doing good, but not good enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Could you see any scenarios playing out where you don't make the playoffs?
Total crash, yeah.
Thank you.
Injuries would probably cause it.
Sure. Is that what happened last week? Just out of curiosity.
Tommy would like to know, is that what happened last week?
No, it just didn't recover from where it started out. I didn't have enough plays, and it just went downhill from that.
Mike, do you have any questions? Or Tommy, do you guys have any more questions for team owner Marty?
You already asked the question I was going to ask. Movement in the playoff spot. So,
Marty, do you think that this could be a similar situation to our basketball league, where there's a crash and burn from you, and you don't end up making the playoffs?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, that's good to hear, at least. Do you have any insight to give to some of our other team owners, especially team owners in the Puckhead division, that are currently dueling it out for a playoff berth?
Yeah, it's quite a duel. I mean, who's going to crash and burn the worst in that division? It's a sad state that one of them will make the playoffs and someone that's played much better throughout the year won't. So it's a tough call on that division, but it's a race to the bottom.
That's very true. Very true. All right, Marty. Well, thanks for the call. Tommy, Mike, you guys have anything else to say?
All right.
Nope.
Best of luck to you, and
Yeah.
we'll see you in the playoffs.
Yeah, best of luck
good
to
luck,
you.
Dad.
And hopefully you'll see Tommy in the playoffs, or otherwise, hopefully I'll see Tommy in the playoffs.
Well, hopefully you trash and burn this week.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay, bye.
All right, thanks. Bye. So that again was just a little friendly banter with team owner, a bunch of ahos. With that, I think we're going to end the stream unless we have any last call-ins, but I don't believe there's anyone else calling in. Any closing remarks from you guys?
Hopefully it'll be a great closing end of the season and some great playoff matches.
Definitely.
What is happening, Matt?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to fix that. My Discord kept going out on you guys.
Ah,
Oh.
okay.
Okay. Tommy, what you got?
Sure. So, yeah, I'm just glad that we were able to get back to these broadcasts. Hoping to do more in the future here, and best of luck to you, Beagle, in the playoffs here. Well, getting to the playoffs here. Take care,
Whoops.
you loser.
All right.
What you got, Matt?
Well, it's definitely been a fun stream getting back to it. Hopefully we can get back out here more again. We're already in talks of at least doing another episode before playoffs start, maybe that last week of the regular season, and then seeing where we go from there. Maybe at least one episode in the playoffs, maybe going over a recap championship week. Nothing really set in stone yet on that aspect, but definitely hopes of doing something in a couple weeks here, and then some point during the playoffs. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and sign out here. Thanks everybody who came and viewed in, and as usual, we're gonna have you'll be able to watch the replay of the video up on our YouTube, BBTV Productions, and I believe we'll also put the past broadcast up over on our Facebook, BBTV Productions on there as well, and Twitch as well. And with that, we also want to give a quick little rest in peace memorial to two of our former team owners, Fast Eddie and team owner George. Thank you to those two, and prayers out to both your friends and family there. I know they'll be missed. So with that, signing out. Have a good night, everybody. Best of luck in these heated races, and good luck. Bye.